Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I would like to talk a little bit more what is the most controversial topic in a sport nutrition here. I would like to discuss a little bit more about the ketogenic diet. And if you spend any time on fitness social media nowadays, you probably see the many transformations, in many transformational photos and vlogs, what the people are posting. You probably also heard the promises results about the limitless energy the ketogenic diet can provide for you. That your body also can become a fat burning machine. But if you're a player, for example, a football player, a soccer player, or a sprinter, someone who has to have the short burst, and anyone out there who relies more on explosiveness, 10-yard, 15-yard bursts within that speed. So the standard ketogenic diet advice that we'll find you online could be a variety of things that can hold you back of reaching your fullest potential. So you need to be very serious about this. And most people treat keto uh, like a religion. They're either all in or they're not at all. But for an elite athlete, keto should not be, as it seems to be, like a religion. So it has to be some kind of tool. And if you use that kind of tool as a hammer, uh, to do something and that the screwdriver does, you're not going to do anything. So you're probably going to bring something down. So over the next period of time, so in this blog, I'm going to teach you and show you how to build that hybrid engine uh, if you want to stay on keto. Um, we're going to talk about how to implement also the intermittent fasting models to stay lean throughout the whole year and how to use ketosis to build the endurance. And most importantly, for me, how to break those rules when it's necessary. So to ensure that you remain, of course, at your peak highest performance at the pitch, um, we need to dissect this and go a little bit into the science. To understand why keto is very tricky for athletes, we have to look at the energy sources, and I like to call them as a fuel tanks. So your body has two primary gas tanks. So the one that runs on glucose, this is, I like to call it a jet fuel. This is your jet fuel because it's fast, it's powerful, and it can be used very quickly. But the tank for this is very small. And the other one, the tank number two, is your body fat. I like to call it a diesel tank. So it's very massive, so it lasts forever and builds up slowly and it burns slowly. It is slow to ignite. So when you're sprinting, that's 10 yard, 15 yards, 20-yard dash uh, to beat a defender, or you're just time on a linear sprint or sprinting, your body is actually screaming for jet fuel. So you have to use the quickest availability of your energy. So it's using, of course, the ATP and creatine phosphor system. So this is the anaerobic glycolytic energy system. But in a simple terms, your muscles are looking for sugar to turn it into immediate power. On the other side, keto, or maybe someone likes to call the keto meat, says that if you just wait long enough, your body will learn to sprint on fat. This is, I have to say, it's a whole lie about this. Biology doesn't work that way. So the process of turning fat into energy, which is also called as a beta oxidation, requires too much oxygen and too much time, so which you're not going to have when you're on the pitch. But if you're 100% on keto for a longer period of time, and not doing practically any kind of other diet, you're asking practically a diesel truck to win a Formula One race. So you might be able to jog for um, 2 to 3 hours time, but after that, it's not gonna happen anything. So why bother with the keto anyway? It's because on one side of metabolic flexibility. So with lower energy, um, um, we have all seen it. For example, if you're doing a soccer and having a football match, within maybe a 60 to 70 minutes of that match, a player who was dominant in the first half suddenly maybe looks like they are running out of the energy. So in the um, high level sport, I like to call it this specific period of time as a bonking or hitting the wall when it happens in your energy level and energy sources. This is because your first availability of fuel as jet fuel or glucose tank is very empty. And because they never trained the body to use the other energy sources, or in this system, like maybe a fat fuel, their system shuts down. And this is where the keto and the people who are on keto advantage in their actual lives. So by training in a fat adapted state, you also teach your body to burn fat during that boring parts of the game. So the walking, the light jogging, the standing around during maybe the throw-ins. And if you can burn that fat during those moments, you are much more metabolically adapted. So in these situations, you're gonna save your jet fuel for the moments that matters. So the goal isn't that just to be a keto athlete. The goal is to be a metabolic athlete. And you want to be a person who can burn fat at 70% of the intensity. So you have the fuel tank of the glycogen during that game. This is the point that I would like to put it out there. But then um, of course, transition to health recovery. Um, if we want to talk about how to partner yourself with a keto and in a combination with intermittent fasting, for a soccer player who is fasting, it's not never about the weight loss here. It's all about the cellular cleanup and repair. So when you're fasted, your body enters as a state that is called a autophagy. So thinking like of a trash collector of your cells. So it finds damaged proteins and broken mitochondria and the things that makes you during the day feel heavy, lethargic, or not feeling boosted with the energy at all, or even like after the game. So it cleans them up, put here the real growth hormone in your body. So this is where your insulin is very low. So your natural growth hormone production, that moment will spike. And this is the body's way of protecting your muscle tissue. And if you are constantly snacking, constantly doing like putting some food in your mouth, you're gonna spiking insulin all over the place and every time. So you're keeping that um, growth hormone door closed. So I recommended a 16-hour fast for any athlete. But what is the catch? You're never gonna fast on a heavy match day. You need to use a fasting as a recovery tool here. For example, at the beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday. So to prime the nervous system and to sharpen your mind, because a hungry predator, in your case, you, is always faster than the one who is very full. So this is where you have to be a little bit open-minded and in a hybrid kind of way. So how do we actually do this? How do we stay shredded and explosive? So this is where you need to incorporate this hybrid protocol. Number one, so when you train low on your technical days, for example, you can stay keto, but on a higher task, moderate protein, almost zero carbs. So teach your body to maybe thrive on that fuel reserves. But when the competition is very high, 24 hours before a maximum velocity sprint or something that is happening to you, a match, you do the carb loading. So I'm not talking about, pizza, donuts, on any other kind of trash food. I'm talking about the clean carbs, sweet potatoes, white rice, something that can really replenish your glycogen stores. The next point, the salt. It's very secret. So the biggest reason athletes fail on keto is because they lose their electrolytes and electrolyte charger. So, and specifically when you drop carbs, your kidneys likes to flush out water and salt, and within also the minerals that is inside your body. And if you don't have enough sodium, Your nervous system can't tell you, and give the command to your muscle to contract. So if you want to stay on keto, please, you don't need to snack. You just probably gonna need a teaspoon of sea salt and a glass of water, maybe some honey, and that's it. Within that post-game window, so after the game, we don't stay keto. You should use a 50-gram uh, directly hit after the game of fast-acting carbs, just to spike the insulin enough and to drive nutrients into the muscle. And this is gonna stop the muscle breakdown immediately. So this is, you're probably gonna have this keto look, staying shredded, the vein looks, the abs, and all of the benefits, but without that keto slump on the long term. But my advice to you is just to stay strong and motivated throughout the whole period. So I think that we covered this a lot. So it can give you some kind of takeaway that is very simple. So don't let the diet trend define you. You as an athlete should be an athlete first, period. And the eater as an eater should be a second. So if you want to extend it into the science, so the gram for gram breakdown on how to do this, you should check out many series of my podcast. I made a lot of videos. You can also go and check out my book that I wrote about it. It also says about the whole protocol of using the keto in the week on a monthly basis. And I'm going to do once a month a full off-season shredded program for the players as well. So it's probably going to be around that even on the last week of the month. And if you're ready to put this fuel into work, on the other side, also a big covering should be also my 16 week speed training program. And if you're interested, I'm going to put the link in my bio down below. It's really a time to stop guessing and start performing on the elite level as you should be doing. So train hard, but fuel even smarter. And you will see it immediately on the pitch. Until the next time, stay fueled, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.